Can you hold yourself responsible for your own success? And that's really what it comes down to if you're going to go to college or not. Hey guys, two millennial entrepreneurs here. I'm Rich.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're going to be going over whether or not college is the right decision for you and why we chose to drop out 2.5 weeks in. We would have dropped out in high school as soon as we got our license if we could have, if we knew what we knew today. So let's get over why we believe so and why we think if you're on the fence you should too.
So before we get into why you should or shouldn't go to college, we definitely just want to put it out there that we do think that college is necessary for some people. If you're someone who wants to be a nurse, doctor, lawyer, or anything like that along those lines, then college obviously is something that you're going to need, and it makes a lot of sense for you to go.
It comes down to what are you going to do that's going to make you happy. If you really want to pursue being a teacher and that's the path that you want to choose, then you're going to have to go to college, and that's the right thing for you to do. For us, it wasn't the right thing, and for you, it might not be either. The first reason we think it might not be the best decision if you're on the fence on whether or not you should go to college is because we have the internet in the day that we're in today. Your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, all of them, none of them had the internet. It's just all the knowledge you could possibly ask for in your pocket, on your computer. It's just anything you need to know is just right there for you to learn. So as soon as a problem arises, you go right to the internet and you learn it there. So with college, it's like you're going to go to college to learn out of a book from a professor when you could just go on the internet and learn it yourself. Pull up the same exact book, absorb the knowledge yourself, and just use the internet as a powerful tool in the day and age that we're in today.
Yeah, and this is exactly what we did and what we do. And basically anytime we have a question about licensing our businesses or anything like that in that area, we can just basically look it up, and it's helped us with every single question that there was to answer so far. We've yet to really find something that the internet could not answer for us.
Yeah, with the day we dropped out, when we realized we were going to start a business, we were already starting it ahead of time, but we wanted to be official. We didn't know how to officially start a business, so we went right to the internet, and 3 hours later, we were officially business owners.
Another big reason you may not want to go to college is because college is a very big commitment. You're committing 4 years of your time and energy into something that you actually haven't even done firsthand. So yeah, you may have looked up online and looked at certain things and seen that you're interested in a certain field, but you don't actually know firsthand what that's like. So for you to sign up to go for 4 years of your life and all this money to go do something that you're really not sure is what you want to do with your life, it's a little crazy.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, when you don't go to college and you have those 4 years of almost freedom, you could try out so many different things. Like, for example, I mean, we wanted to be engineers in high school, senior year of high school. That's what we thought we were going to be. Why we thought that? Because we went on Google and said, what's the highest paying job right out of college? And that was an engineering degree. If we would have got into that, we would have been miserable. We would have been doing something that we don't want to do for the rest of our lives. And that just isn't a smart option to use 4 vital years of your life to learning.
If you decide not to go to college, these 4 years can be really crucial. This gives you a lot of time to just figure out exactly what you want to do. You're most likely going to have less responsibilities, less bills, and you're not really involved in a big commitment. It just gives you a lot more room to experiment and figure out exactly what you want to do with your life before you actually do it.
And then once you figure out what you want to do after doing all those years of experimenting, then you could go full force into what you actually love and really want to pursue for the rest of your life, and you'll still be ahead of the game because you had those 4 years to experiment and really find what you want, instead of coming right out of high school picking exactly what you want to do, but you don't actually know what you want to do. So then you're dedicating the 4 years to doing that, and then you get caught up in something that you don't actually love doing for the rest of your life.
You're also going to have many, many chances to fail. You think about it. You have 4 years that you would be going to college. You can fail all in between those times, and as long as you start and do something successful within that time at any point, it could be 2-3 years in, you're still ahead of of everybody else.
Yeah, we got actually very lucky because we chose the junk removal business just because that's kind of what we were doing before, like while we were in high school and going into college. And we figured out that we really, like, something that we just enjoy doing is taking a business from nothing, scaling it up to something great, and then reaping the benefits afterwards. So we did the same exact thing with our demolition company, and we've had so much success, and just the ride all the way through has just been such a fun thing to do.
Yeah, and we're able to build these companies so fast because we don't have those big responsibilities. We don't have those bills. We are still at our parents right now, and it's just given us so much more freedom to be able to actually do what we want to do every day.
So this brings us right into our next point. When you go to college, you're only going to get a job. And to some people, that's not exactly what they want to do. You don't want to go work for someone for the rest of your life. You don't want to be told you have to go here, you can't take your phone out, you can't do this, you can't do that, and have a boss above you. Maybe you want to start a business like we did, or maybe you want to freelance, you want to learn programming, something with video. I mean, we're not the best behind a camera or videos or anything like that, but we're trying and we're going to get better at it. But if you're good with photography and stuff like that, and you can do some freelance stuff, you can make amazing money, and some people really love doing that, and they do that for the rest of their lives, and the money will come to you if you're doing something that you love.
Yeah, and even if a business isn't exactly what you want to do and you don't mind the whole having a job thing, there's other options besides college to make a good living. Like, there's trades that you can get into, and you can actually get paid to learn how to do these trades.
Yeah.
So plumbers, electricians, anything in that type of area, any type of union job, road work, welding, anything like that, those are all pretty high-paying positions that you just don't need a college degree for.
You'll be making more money by the time those 4 years are up than you would if you went and got a business degree, a marketing degree, or something like that. You could get lucky and land a job for $100,000+ a year, but if you get into a trade, you'll be making that right away.
Yeah, and one other big thing to touch on having a job, you're basically putting your whole life into someone else's control.
Yeah.
So even if you have a great job, 5-6 years, you're making all this money, there could just be one day that you just get laid off, and that's completely out of your control. We prefer to have our destiny in our control.
Yeah, we have no cap. We have no limit to how high we could go. We could still build more businesses. We could still grow our businesses higher, scale them up bigger, and just make more money. And that's, in the end, what we're trying to do.
Yeah, so on to the next point, and one of arguably probably the biggest points is college debt. College debt, everyone just says, oh yeah, it's college debt, you get your job, you pay it off. I mean, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
The average college debt around where we are, for most people that we know, they're coming out of college with anywhere from $25,000, $30,000 to up to $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 in debt.
Yeah.
And the jobs that they're getting it takes them years and years and years to pay that back.
Yeah, so if you just took those 4 years of your life and did absolutely nothing and just maintained a net worth of $0, and you're not worth anything, but you're not making anything, you're not losing anything, you're ahead of the game financially because everyone else is in debt while you're standing at zero. Or if you actually decide to do something with your life, start a business or something like that, you're way ahead of the game, way ahead of the game.
Yeah.
So to wrap this whole thing up, can you hold yourself responsible for your own success? And that's really what it comes down to if you're going to go to college or not. If you're going to go to college, we believe it's a lot easier to go to college in certain circumstances. Like if you're going to be a doctor or something, obviously the math and that kind of thing's hard. But if you're going to work for yourself or go out and get a trade or something along those lines, you're going to have to hold yourself to a certain standard, and you're going to have to hold yourself responsible for all the things that you're going to do. And that's where it comes tricky, and that's where it comes down to, if you feel like yourself can do that, then I think it's a great idea for you to drop out of college and for you to pursue yourself.
Yeah, like for us, we just don't have anyone who tells us we have to be at a certain place at a certain time. I mean, don't get me wrong, we have customers and we have to be at a certain place at a certain time, but we set the times. That's the big difference. So we make our own schedule, and that alone, that's just like a freedom that is really just great about.
Yeah, it gets
great
overlooked.
perk of not going to college.
So to wrap this thing up, it really comes down to, can you hold yourself responsible for your own success? And if you're on the fence of whether you want to go to college or not, it really comes down to, can you hold yourself responsible for your own success? This isn't relying on a teacher to remind you about a deadline of some homework that's due. This comes down to, can you set a goal for yourself and push yourself to achieve it?
Yeah, and I mean, there may be some things that you don't really know how to do. Like, you have to be good at talking to people to make money. You can't make money without having good relationships with other people because they all have your money. So after watching this whole video, if you're still really kind of on the fence and you're not sure about what you want to do, definitely feel free to comment down below. We're looking at all the comments that come in. We'll definitely reply, give you our advice. I mean, we're not telling you exactly what you should do with your life, but we definitely will give you our advice from our side. We really appreciate you watching this video all the way to the end. If you're still here, if you could really just hit that like button and subscribe for us, we'd really appreciate it. Obviously, we're just starting out. We've only put up a few videos, but
we're not very good at them.
Yeah, we're not too good at them yet, but we're definitely trying to get better, and there's going to be more content regardless of how good we are.
So hit that like button.
Please support
and subscribe.
Thank you.